Welcome to Telltale Books. I'm here to continue my series on Arthur C. Clarke. I'm reading everything I can get my hands on by Arthur C. Clarke. This one is going to be number 6 in this series. And the story here is titled The Awakening. The Awakening was published in a fanzine called Zenith in February 1942, but it was revised quite a bit and published professionally in Future Science Fiction in 1952. And I'm pretty sure the version that I'm reading in my collected stories of Arthur C. Clarke is the revised version. Probably not the 1942 original. It's a very short story, what we used to call short shorts, which the author Frederick Brown was probably the master of this form of story. Today it's usually called flash fiction. And this one might be just a little bit long for flash fiction, but it's pretty close to that length, so I consider it to be qualifiable as a flash fiction. And in The Awakening, you have this character that's just called the Master. And it's kind of implied that this guy rules the entire world. But he's dying. He's mortal, and he's dying. So he has himself buried in suspended animation inside a mountain in the Himalayas, thinking that in 100 years science will be advanced enough to fix him and bring him back to life and he can rule once again. Well, he's pretty much forgotten, and for a very, very, very long time. But then something kicks in and he wakes up to find what the world in the far future is going to be like. The ending is a shock ending, and I won't ruin that for you because it is kind of the whole point of the story. This is pretty good. Like I say, it's just flash fiction. It's hard in something like flash fiction to write something really great because you don't even have the length of a short story. You got a handful of paragraphs to get your point across. And so there's lots and lots and lots of details that have to be left out. In this kind of a fiction form, you have to get just down to the very essence of the story. And you have to have a story that is conducive to that. If you need more detail for people to really get it and enjoy it, then it's not going to work as flash fiction. But if your idea is something that people will get the whole point without needing all the little details that you would get from a whole novel or even from just a novelette or even a short story, then flash fiction can be done for your story. And I think The Awakening is a really, really excellent example of how this kind of form works best. Like I say, Frederick Brown was the master of this sort of thing, but Arthur Clarke did a pretty darn good job here. But Clarke was still writing for fanzines. He wasn't publishing professionally yet. The story is definitely worth your time, since it's not going to take very much of it. But I think you'll like it. If not, it's hard to love this sort of thing, but I think you'll at least like it. And so give it a try. And come on back for the next Arthur C. Clarke. Is going to be another really short fan piece published in July of 1942 titled Wacky. I hope you'll come back and join me for that. And till then, like this video, subscribe to our channel, leave comments, whatever you think of The Awakening or Arthur C. Clarke. And keep coming back for more of these. I got a lot more Arthur C. Clarke and a lot of other authors I'm going through. and I'm discovering more almost every day. So I'll see you in the next video.